Well, during the last 24 hours, I think there's been an improvement. Yesterday, the president of Pakistan said that there would be elections within a year, parliamentary elections. Now he said within 60 days or 30 days. It keeps getting better. I think it's important. Now, am I satisfied with what's going on in Pakistan? Of course not. I believe that the president must move toward democracy. He's been there in power now 7 or 8 years. We kept getting promises there would be a democracy, and it hasn't happened. The country is having a real breakdown, and Pakistan has received a lot of taxpayer dollars, that is, our taxpayer dollars, some 10 or 11 billion dollars, and most of it has gone to heavy equipment for the military. It hasn't gone where it should be. And so I would hope that the president of Pakistan has listened to what the world community is saying. We've had a diplomatic surge where we should have had a long time ago. The situation in Pakistan also shows me that we cannot base our foreign policy on an individual, but we should focus on countries. We haven't done that in Pakistan. All of our foreign policies have been based on Musharraf, and it should have been based on the country, not on him. Well, I think that our foreign aid should go to something other than the military. We've had a lot of problems there. There are economic problems, and I think the people of Pakistan deserve more than heavy military equipment. It's hard for me to comprehend how someone as intelligent and as worldly as he is does not comprehend that water torture is torture. Waterboarding is torture. It started in 1492 in the Inquisition. It's a heinous process. It's something that America should not be associated with. We as a country have executed citizens of other countries for waterboarding our citizens. How could we not say it's torture? Additionally, I think Mukasey favors executive power. I don't think he is a person who understands the importance of the Constitution, the separation of powers, and that the legislative branch is equal to the judicial and executive branch of government. And so for those two reasons, I can't support it. What appears from all we've read, they've been using it. It's hard to comprehend. Experts say it doesn't work anyway. Anyone that is waterboarded will admit anything. They will admit anything because you basically keep killing that person. You drown him, revive him, drown him again. And the experts say that that person will admit anything, as any human being would do under such conditions. It's not physical pain in the sense of being beaten on the back with whips or a club. It's torture in the true sense of the word. They have you on your back. They cover your face, your eyes. They, in different ways, put water in your face until you drown. And then when you're, in effect, dead, they revive you and try it again. Now, a person will admit anything. I don't think Congress should define it as torture. It is torture. Does that mean if we're going to define waterboarding as torture, what about thumb screws? What about the rack? What about pulling out your fingernails? Is that torture? I don't know. The labor, health, and human service legislation is so important for this country. President Bush has underfunded these programs. What is he underfunded? How about medical research? Try explaining to a friend or a relative that he is going to cut back on the ability to determine how we can prevent cancer, diabetes, Lou Gehrig disease, spinal cord injuries. Only about 1 in every 5 request to do a study to determine a disease or to do research is accepted. Many people, it's not worth 20%. They'll just go to work for some company and not do medical research. This is really detrimental to our country, what he has done with this National Institutes of Health. But he's done the same with education. With his Leave No Child Behind, he underfunded that during the last 7 years by $4.5 billion. We put that back in there. Education, public education in America is falling apart. Why? Because of George Bush not funding the program. Leave No Child Behind. Ask any school district, big or little, in this country, and they'll tell you it's not working. In addition to that, this bill, we have a program for cops, to put more cops on the street. This is a Clinton program that Bush has always hated. The problem is that during the Clinton years, the crime rate went down because we put 100,000 cops on the street. Cops on the street prevent crime. Bush has pulled them out. Violent crime is up now that he's president. These are just a few of the things that are in this bill that are so essential, and it is a shame that the president's going to veto it. All over America, there are problems dealing with water. Some places there's too much water. In the West, there's not enough water. These are programs for water projects for the Corps of Engineers, the Bureau of Reclamation. There are things that we really must do. And for reasons that are difficult to determine, the president doesn't like these programs. And the reason is so senseless what he did. All we did is authorize them. We said these are the programs that we need someday in the future to fund. You can't appropriate money unless you authorize it first. So we authorize the programs, and then we will appropriate the money at a later time when we can. He's vetoed a bill that's authorizing language. I can't understand how senseless his reasoning is.
Thank you for your time, Senator.
You bet.